This is from Vanguard National Daily. It says petrol price has rendered 70,000 naira minimum wage useless by NLC. So let's read this. It seems this is the NLC president, Joe Ajero. Anyway, um, the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) said Thursday it will meet with the federal government on how workers could survive the recent hike in the pump price of petrol. I don't know which Thursday they meant. Is it the next week Thursday or the past one? Okay, let's see. This was published when, hold on. 20th. Oh, okay, so that was yesterday. So it means that will be next week Thursday. According to the labor movement, the current price of petrol has eroded the gains of the yet to be implemented 70,000 naira new national minimum wage. President of NLC, Joe Ajero, who disclosed at the opening ceremony of the two-day workshop on minimum wage implementation workshop, Southern Zone, with the theme Strategies for Effective Implementation, blah, 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 insisted that organized labor was deceived by President Bola Tinubu into accepting the 70,000 naira minimum wage to forestall petrol price increase. Okay, he said deceived. The president deceived the NLC. Okay. He advised the government to address the excluding hunger, poverty, and frustration of Nigeria before things go out of hand, lamenting that Nigerians are really suffering. While giving insight into the conversation with President Tinubu before the 70,000 naira minimum wage was agreed, the NLC president lamented that Nigerians appear to have started adjusting to the situation on ground because the government had been distracting organized labor. There is a tactic to distract our attention, to call us names, level allegations against us over cybercrime, financing terrorism, sponsoring terrorism, and the rest. Those things have been paid up because while we are facing those allegations, this issue of pump price has remained. I repeat, we were betrayed by the president, by Mr. President. That statement we issued over our being betrayed is being denied by officials of the government. I'm repeating it, that we are betrayed. Some of you here were at the meeting when Mr. President said, Ajero, you are the problem. Since we said subsidy is gone, you don't want to allow us to increase again. If you allow me to increase, we will pay you that 250,000 naira. Immediately I came out that day, I was on Arise television. I repeated what Mr. President told us. He says, it's not clear. He said, since we said subsidy is gone, you don't want to allow us to increase again. If you allow me to increase, we will pay you that 250,000. So he's saying they were asking for 250,000 naira minimum wage. That's labor. That's my understanding of this statement. That labor was asking for 250,000 naira minimum wage, and the current president of Nigeria, Tinubu, said, for us to pay that 250,000 naira, we must increase the fuel price. So, if you don't, in other words, what he's saying is that the president was giving the condition, if they don't want them to increase the fuel price, then they will not. They will pay less than 250,000 naira minimum wage. That's what I understand. Unless maybe I'm wrong. Correct me in the comment section. Um, the president said, I'm giving you 1 hour to decide on this and get back to me. He said he was going back to his office and we should decide over this. Between 250,000 naira minimum wage and the petrol pump price hike. Hmm. Um, we said no, sir, Mr. President. We can't be holding our meeting here in your office. Let us take 1 week break and come back and report back to you. He said, okay, I'm traveling, but I will cancel my trip for 1 week. That was how we adjourned our meeting. If you follow the trend of the negotiations, we adjourned for 1 week. And when we came back after consultation, we said to Mr. President, no, we can't allow you to increase to any length because that will affect all Nigerians and we will be seen to be selfish. Even the 250,000 naira will not be useful to us. If we continue to increase salary, it will make a mess of our economy, and then you continue to increase pump price. In fact, that 250,000 naira may not be enough to even buy fuel. Mr. President equally offered to fund our trip to tour some West African countries where the least price of petrol is selling at 1,700 naira. He even said in Cameroon they are selling 2,000 naira and that none of them has a refinery, but they are getting their products from Nigeria. Come on, President Tinubu, you shouldn't use this thing as an argument. How can you be telling another country that don't even have good oil? Why go there and compare their own prices? How can you be comparing us with countries that have no good oil and not even refinery? She even said it here. And none of them has a refinery. Now we have crude oil. We always been having crude oil and we have refinery now that is working. And now you are still telling us that they are all selling their own over 1,000 naira. Come on. I mean, okay, moving on. We responded by telling him to check the borders because that is why they are smuggling those products to those countries. Makes sense, yeah. If you close the borders, all the fuel we refine will stay in Nigeria. We equally said no because Nigerians will say they have given us money and they won't say it's money for us to visit those West African countries. Okay, yeah. It makes sense because if they have accepted the money from federal government to go around the African countries or West African countries to check the actual prices of fuel in those countries to compare if what we are paying here is too high or should be okay for us compared to other countries that don't have crude oil and don't even have refinery. So that if they had accepted the money, Nigeria, the masses will assume that they collected bribe, that money was just a form of bribe, in as much as they will term it to go around the African country to check. You don't need. Why do you need to go Africa when there is internet? You don't need to do that. There is internet. I mean, come on, you go there, you see how much each the price costs. I mean, you call, ask somebody in those countries, please go to your free station, snap the picture of the petrol prices on the petrol pumps, and then you do the conversion to naira. Why do you have to start to talk the count? That's bribery, in other words. Yeah, it makes sense. So that's a good. Um, on the adjourned date, we went there and told Mr. President we are not here for an increase in pump price or negotiation. Okay. So let's concentrate on the minimum wage. Some of these things inform the acceptance of 70,000 naira minimum wage, which some of us here we are saying was not enough, but some people are still saying that they cannot pay that 70,000 naira. This is the dilemma all of us are facing. In fact, the private sector employers in our meeting gave us tough time. They refused to shift and they wanted to vote with state government, federal government and the private sector on one side, all against Labour on the other side. These were some of the things that necessitated all those workouts you saw. Okay, yeah, because I will agree that not all private sectors can apply to pay their employees that 70,000 naira minimum wage, considering the state of the economy. I mean, it's only when you're making that kind of enough profit that you can afford to pay, especially if you have more than five workers, or even like depending. If you're not really making that much, because if they nationalize this now, it become a law. So once you have an employee, you must minimum you should pay the person 70,000 naira. What if you're not making up to 100,000 every month from that business as profit? So I'm saying. So I'm saying. So if government can afford, some might. I mean, I don't know about all the states, but private. Okay, so basically that's the end, and I don't know. What do you want me to say here? So yeah, now that I could see why he was saying that the federal government deceived him. I didn't actually read this thing until now. If I had not read it, I wouldn't have known what he meant by that. So but I do understand from this title, uh, petrol price has rendered 70,000 naira minimum wage useless. Yeah, I kind of, because if by the time you start buying petrol, remember, I used to be 600 and some. Come on, I don't even know what to say. Last year was it last? When did this current administration came into power? Was it last year? Can't even remember. I think it was last year, May. And it used to be is it 160 naira a liter? Can't remember actually, but I know it was around that price or less than 200 naira. Correct me, please. Put it in comment section, especially in Abuja. I think it was one something, 160, 170. I can't remember. Then from there, boom, it jumped to 600 and something. 600 and from one something to 600 and something. And everybody has been struggling since that time. And then all of a sudden, boom, it's now, they're saying it's going to be 1,000. I don't even know how much they sell anymore. For the past 2 weeks, I've been buying black market. What's the point? You go and queue up to end up damaging your car, buying it almost at the same price of what they're selling in black market. Because black market now in Abuja, 10 liters of fuel is about approximately, let's just say 12,000 naira. And then filling station is selling in Abuja City. I've not gone, so I don't even know. But people are saying, is it 9 something or 1,000 naira? So meaning you go and spend hours to buy fuel 10 liters at 10,000 naira, instead of just adding, if you have it, add the additional 1,000 or 1,500. Usually I buy like 11,500, but I'll just say on average, you just say 12,000. You may even get it to 11,000. So why you risking damaging your car on the long queue and the hours or minutes you will spend there sweating like he goat because you don't want to add that additional 1,500? So it makes no sense. That's why I just don't bother. I just buy black market. I'm going to filling station to queue up and damage what will cost you more than 1,500 to fix. So even burn the fuel itself, because all those stopping and starting, stopping and switching and starting, going, moving business, but it will eventually burn at least close to half a liter before you get to the pump, if not more. So it's penny wise, powerfully. That's why I don't bother queuing up until fuel becomes no queue in the free station. Then I can go in and buy. So yeah, imagine buying at that one. The other places in Nigeria that cost more than 1,000. Some are buying 1,2, some 1,500 or the other part. I don't know. So it's the additional how much I think the minimum wage, current minimum wage is it 30,000. That's what people are saying. I don't know. So meaning it's going to take nothing will change. So it's going to take almost the entire additional 30,000 naira added to the minimum wage. So you are still the transportation is still taking the whole month. So what's the difference? I don't know, man. Nigeria is just we have this crude oil here. Now we have a refinery. So what's the excuse to still sell fuel even higher than the price the one will be importing when we are getting the crude oil from here, refining it here? What's the excuse? Government, answer the question. How much are you selling a barrel to Dangote? A barrel of crude oil to Dangote? Because that's the only way we can tell why is Dangote fuel almost the same price, if not higher than the one that is being imported. Tell us, how much are you selling the crude oil? Because that would be the justification of Nigerians to now say, you know what? Maybe the problem is Dangote, because if you are selling this crude oil, this a barrel of crude oil this cheap to Dangote, then Dangote has no excuse to sell us a refined fuel that will cost more than 100 naira or 200 naira. It shouldn't even be more than 100 naira. I was even thinking maybe 50 naira. Yeah, if government want to solve Nigerian problem, it shouldn't be cost more than maybe 50 naira at most. Who cares what people might say? You see, more than I'm talking about like 70% of Nigerian problem will just boom. But let's just say for whatever reason, maybe 100 naira a litre or something. I don't know. In that case, you don't even need to increase minimum wage. More than 50%, if not like 70% of Nigerian problem will just go. All you need is solve transportation problem. So many things will be taken care of immediately. It's going to solve every other problem that Nigerians are facing: high crime, kidnapping, increase in foodstuff prices, and so many things. All the household, everything that the price have skyrocketed like 500% about a year ago. Everything will drop immediately. Unemployment rate will also reduce because now people don't necessarily need to go and seek for job. There's money going around, so you can whatever small business you can start, you will be able to make money. Not everybody has to be Mr. Dangote, be as rich as Dangote. There's small business you can have. Some can be comfortable with it, raise a family with it. They can even still build a house. They don't need to build skyscrapers or cast. I don't know. Anyway, so that's it. I just want to share it with you people so that let it may help me make it make sense. Whatever opinion you have, you can put it on the comment section. So until next video.